Hello, welcome to the Soulprint Minis. I am recording this on the 15th of June and it will be released on the 15th of June. If this is the first video you're seeing, I did release one a little earlier called Big Donors. So if you haven't checked that out, I encourage you to do so. I also want to thank the new subscribers. I want to thank my very generous donors. You guys are all amazing. Welcome to the new viewers and subscribers. I hope you enjoy the Soulprint experience. All right, so as promised in the last video, I want to take a look at the Federalist Society. They are the ones, okay, first of all, when Trump was running, he said, just give me a list, Federalist Society, just give me a list of the judges you want. I'm just going to make sure they get put in there. And that's sort of what happened. And not all the Trump appointees were horrible, okay? There is Eileen Cannon, but, be that as it may. But we want to kind of know how they are interpreting what's going on right now, because generally speaking, unless you really are in a deep red kind of area, or that's all you're listening to in terms of media, by and large, there's a lot of a sort of maybe negative, that might be too strong a word, concern about a lot of the Trump judges when it comes to the kind of stuff that's going on now, particularly in connection to Trump. So what I want to find out is if the Federalist Society is okay with that, or if truly they wish sort of the people and the politicians, et cetera, would just sit down and shut up. Because I can't help but think that it's drawing a negative kind of attention to that society. Now, if you're a red Republican, honestly, it's next best thing to heaven. But for the rest of the country, for the rest of the people, I think it's taking on a little bit of a really sort of negative connotation. So, here we go. Current Federalist Society Insights. Current Federalist Society Insights. Current Federalist Society Insights. Here we go. Let's see what we've got. Great. So we're starting with the Empress. So this is about the abundance, right? This is about that amazing ride they had with Trump in office, with Mitch McConnell, fulfilling his life's ambition by stacking the courts. So they were really happy with that. They were very pleased with that. Things were going just fine. But now you have a situation where you have both the 3 and the 4 of Pentacles sitting here. And so this is about the shadier side of things, okay? The sort of manipulations. There is so much concern about Trump appointees. And again, I'm not talking about all of them, but enough of them that it feels as if the Federalist Society is starting to pull in, kind of more in a self-protective mode. There's just too many questions that are being asked. Some of them are so partisan that you can't help but question where their loyalty is, whether it's to the Trump or the Republican parties or the Federalist Society, or whether it's actually to the rule of law. So one of the things that the Federalist Society kind of wanted to accomplish was to actually start to change or modify the rule of law, hence Roe v. Wade, right? But it's becoming a little too extreme, right? I mean, a lot of what's going on with like Clarence Thomas, for example, Alito, these things are not drawing broad support. And I don't think that they're even drawing broad support from centrist Republicans. I think overall, again, the focus has become on these sort of mega Republicans and this, like, scorched earth policy. I don't care what we have to burn down, but we're burning it down. It's not a good look for the Federalist Society, and I don't think they're very happy with it, from what I can see. So, okay, so you have the Four of Cups. So again, what they perceived as gifts, and they certainly thought of Trump as a gift, they're now starting to feel a little bit of discontent over, and they're starting to it feels like they're actually starting to try to figure out how to mitigate, how to tone it down, how to pull it back, because if this trajectory keeps up, what you're going to find out down the road is that lawyers who join the Federalist Society, and most of them do it like in their first or second year of law school, right? I mean, it's not like they have a lot of experience and they weigh the pros and cons and then they do. It's just sort of like an automatic thing they do. What's going to happen if this thing doesn't get corralled is that going forward, judges that belong to the Federalist Society may find themselves being very, very unattractive to being nominated. So, as near as I can figure right now, the Federalist Society would really appreciate it if they didn't have to be on the defense. But given how things are going, and frankly, given the blatant behavior of Eileen Cannon, it has really, really caused concern. Okay, now I don't know if when it comes to her, if her being appointed to oversee the trial was sort of fixed or not fixed. They said it was random. Okay, apparently there's only like 3 or 4 judges in that area or that district that they could have pulled from. So at best, she had like a 25% chance of getting in, as did all the others. But, there's a difference between being kind of subtle and even a little, crafty or sly, and being just bold-faced, in your face, I don't care what the law is, I'm going to do what I want. That's not what the Federalist Society is looking for. They prefer things that are just a little bit more law-abiding. As I said at the beginning of this, it really feels that what the motivation is to change the laws. It's to rewrite the laws that they don't find acceptable in their view. But when you have judges who are doing things that are blatant, it puts a black mark on the whole situation. So as of right now, I think that the Federalist Society would really appreciate it if, things could pull back a little bit. And as I said, I'm getting a very strong impression that somewhere down the line, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, whatever it is, a lawyer who has joined the Federalist Society who is going for a judgeship, they're not going to be viewed, well. That's what I know today. All right. Take care. There's going to be minis coming out for the rest of the week. I hope you enjoy them. Bye-bye. Sorry.